So I started. Well, I got out. I got out this week a little bit more. Did a little more driving. I think during the pandemic, now that it's over for some of us, I think people have forgotten how to drive.
And now, a whole new way to watch radio. The Dennis George Show. Here's your host, Dennis George.
Yeah, I think people have just. It just boggles my mind that people are just. No one is driving properly. They're cutting everyone off. They're distracted drive. It's dangerous. I'm telling you, it's dangerous. I'm fearful to be out driving. Mitch is here.
Hi. Took a little field trip, and yes, I do have stories about driving as well after the pandemic.
Oh yeah. Sam is here.
Run.
Sam.
Oh,
Oh,
Dennis,
Sam.
I'm sorry. I just dropped him off at Betty Ford.
Oh yeah. Sam's not here this week. We'll explain in a minute.
It's the crickets in the bushes.
Right. Debbie's here.
Howdy, everybody.
Denny G is here.
Hello. Good to
Yeah,
be here.
so Sam is not here. He was out drinking, and
He got rode hard, put away wet.
he got rode really hard and put away soaking wet. So he is unable to make the show, which is going to fit in perfectly with Debbie's top 10 list this week. But he is unable to attend. He's catching up on, well, I should say he's catching up on sleep, but I think he's passed out. I think that's the text message I got was sort of a,
Text you while he's passed out.
well, it was a pre-pass out.
He did not text you because he shattered his phone.
It's true. It was a phone call.
Ooh.
Right.
It's true. We had a phone incident as well. So
Oh,
I
I'm
think-
so excited to hear this.
there'll be a new
It's
iPhone
got pictures. You got pictures.
next week. Stick around because podcast, you're in for a treat. Because next week we're gonna have a whole segment on what did Sam do this week. So
Well, right now he's in detox.
right, he's in the Betty Ford clinic, Betty Ford Center, detoxing. So we're gonna have tons of stories, and we promise to fill you in on the next show. And if you're binge watching or binge listening, don't skip past this show and cheat and move up to the next show to find out why Sam's not here. Get all the way through this one first, okay?
Right? We get to roast him, and there's nothing he can
Right.
do about it.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. But seriously,
Add Sam to the
uh,
apology list.
right? No, I don't think he's earned it.
I'm gonna preemptive do that just in case, because when we get to the top 10 list, I
Yeah.
have a feeling a lot of things might. Yeah.
It may be true.
Maybe he
should
should
add-
apologize to his liver.
Right. So,
Yeah.
but seriously, what's with the drivers? Like everyone has forgotten how to drive.
True story.
Yeah. Oh, no, you're absolutely right. But they fall into two categories. All right. It's the people who were driving during the pandemic, at which the speed limit for them is 90 or reasonable and prudent, whichever one they want. And those who weren't driving during the pandemic, which the speed limit is 15 miles under the speed.
Yeah.
And so it's scary. I'm glad I
I
have a
look
dash cam.
over, I'm going down the highway, and I notice that the woman next to me is swerving a little bit, having trouble maintaining her lane. And I glance over at her, and she appears to be the only one in the car. She's got in her left hand the steering wheel and a Starbucks cup of coffee. And in her right hand, she has lipstick that she's applying while she's looking in her rearview mirror, and she's talking to someone. And there's no one in the car, which means she's on the speakerphone, applying lipstick, drinking coffee, and trying to drive. I think her brain should be in on.
Multitasking. That's pretty good.
I think her brain should be in on the task of driving.
See, I think that you should have pretended to almost like swerve into her and just see like what you could have done with like
never
the
ever
coffee,
say
the
no.
lipstick. All right. She
And
looks
somebody
so pretty.
dies.
Right.
Blood all over the highway.
Right.
You're right. That's the problem, is getting the blood off the highway. That takes a little bit.
I was surprised that she was even applying lipstick, because one of the things I heard during the pandemic is makeup sales plummeted. Like no one who used makeup was putting on makeup.
No, but did you hear that as soon as the pandemic started to be, the quarantine started to be lifted, lipstick sales skyrocketed?
Well, this gal bought some. So we've got some proof in those numbers, Debbie. Absolutely. Yeah.
I know I bought my favorite shade when it lifted.
Yeah, Hooker Red.
I don't want to.
It's called Cocktail Waitress Red.
Oh my God. Let's
We
spell
got
that
Blue
slowly.
Mercury in the neighborhood, so I'll have to check and see if they're busy.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, but the drivers, they scare me. I'm not kidding.
Mhm.
I'm nervous about driving, and I think I'm an okay driver. But I am nervous about driving. I just am. I don't know. Debbie, why do you have
Yeah.
that look? You don't think I'm a good driver?
She's with me. All right.
Come on.
I
You
had that
know that
look. I looked
I've
at
driven.
Debbie.
Wait a minute, it's
You-
not fair. It's not fair.
Wait.
Road trips are not the same. That road trips are
Wait.
Oh,
different.
I've been with you on a road trip, and you've driven a big RV, and you did good.
See?
Let-
That's a different
let's
story,
define
Denny G.
I've driven. All right. Let's define.
Well, I want to
I've
hear the other
driven, all right?
story.
If by yes you've gotten behind the wheel, and you've pressed both the gas pedal and the brake pedal, sometimes both at the same
Okay,
time,
be
then
completely
yes, you've
honest.
driven.
Be completely honest here. You can rip off the Band-Aid. Am I a bad driver?
Yes.
Okay.
Ask him.
No, you're
Lie to
actually
me.
not a terrible.
Lie to
dri-
me.
You're not. You're actually a really good driver. You're my favorite driver after a volleyball tournament.
When you want to get home.
We just get you a few shots of espresso. All right. And
Oh, it's terrible.
I fall asleep in the car. Like I fall asleep in Cincinnati. I wake up 2 hours later, and we're in St. Louis. All
Yeah,
right.
so I can't do caffeine because I race. Like I can't. And so Mitch said we got to get Starbucks because he knows that literally a 6-hour drive, he wants to be home in 2 hours. So he literally gets me caffeine and then he goes to sleep. It's probably better that you're asleep because you don't want. I get the fast driving from my dad. My dad, he is an incredibly safe driver, but if you watch him drive, it will scare the hell out of you because he's a good driver, but he is aggressively offensive. I don't know how else to describe it. He moves in and out of traffic. Like he'll take that opening. He can gauge the front of a car between a truck, a semi, going 80, and he can go in between that little opening, and you're sure that you're gonna pancake, and you can't watch. You've got to look out the side window because if
He
you're
also
looking,
has a sports car that has the engine to do that.
my mom has bruises on her legs from trying to slam the brakes into the floorboard of the car when she's driving with him. I'm just saying.
Funny.
Just saying.
Is that why she's got the bruises?
Stop it. Stop it.
Sorry.
Madge. Oh my God. Apologize to my mom.
That's kind of. I was just gonna say that. Dennis
Oh
is
my God. I am
mom.
still. Let's talk about Pink. I am still obsessed with Pink.
You see the thing with her daughter?
Mitch threw his head back. For those of you that do that,
Yeah.
what's the thing with her daughter?
When they were at some award show, I don't remember what it was.
Yeah.
I just saw the highlight of it where
Yeah.
I actually was on YouTube, I think it was, and
Mhm.
was the acrobatic performance that she did with her daughter.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
you should check it out. on
Quite
YouTube. It's
impressive.
the Billboard Music.
They each had their own ropes, so they're each
Mhm.
flying around
Yep.
in unison with one another.
Yeah, their new
Her daughter's
song.
named Willow.
It was very
That's
touching too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
her daughter's name is Willow. It was the Billboard Music Awards, and they were performing their song together. I think the coolest thing is that she released a song with her daughter. Like,
Mhm.
look, her daughter's got a good voice. I'm not
That's the
saying
second. That's the
That's
second
right.
song because she did a song from The Greatest Showman.
Yep.
Soundtrack with her daughter.
this song released though at #1 on the charts. Like, it is already up there, which I think is fantastic. I mean, that's really. But if you haven't seen the new documentary about Pink, you should do it. I'm just saying. The other thing I want to talk about. Okay, try not to make fun of me.
Well, try hard.
Okay, so I don't really like black and white movies. I'm just like I've never really been like when I was in high school. We watched Psycho because it was a fundraiser.
In
That's black and
high
white.
school, you watched Psycho, like actually in school property on
Yeah.
school at a school function.
Yeah, we
How old
played.
are you?
You.
It was a different school.
Right. We watched because it was a fundraiser. So we rented the movie to raise money. It was $5. You could come and watch the movie. It was like movie night, and we rented the movie, and you could watch it. And we, Schwank.
Did it scare you?
I didn't really. I was kind of running the event, so I wasn't really sitting watching it. But I did watch the shower scene, thinking I would see something interesting. But that's not what happened. So the thing.
So basically, this tainted your whole view of black and white movies.
You know what? Maybe so. And the thing with the shower scene links directly with the Carrie scene. It triggered all that because you remember in the last podcast I talked about. I had to see Carrie a couple times, and there was a movie. Yeah. So anyway,
A couple of times, yeah.
I think I saw Carrie like 24 times. Anyway, so the thing is, So the other black and white movie that I watch is It's a Wonderful Life, and that doesn't really count as a black and white movie because it's a holiday deal. I'm just saying.
That movie, oh my gosh.
Wait, Mitch, wait, before you get into that, it doesn't count as a black and white movie because it's a holiday movie.
Yeah, it's
that immediately takes it out of the it's a black and white movie category.
Sort of, yeah.
So I got to ask you a question. Does The Polar Express no longer count as an animated movie?
Because it's a holiday
movie?
True. That's true.
Mel Brooks did a black and white movie. It's called Black and White Movie. I think it was. Mel Brooks did it.
Never saw it.
I went and saw it. Didn't think I would
Frankenstein.
like it because it was a black and white movie.
Yeah.
But I did enjoy it. It was interesting.
He did Young Frankenstein all in black and white, and that is a classic, fantastic movie.
Schindler's List is done in black and white.
Exactly.
Never seen it.
Because it's black and white, Mitch.
It's black and white.
Oh, my bad.
So I was having this conversation.
Hold on, time out. I'm going to apologize to the world. All right. I take this as my own personal shortcoming here that Dennis has not seen Schindler's List. I'm going to correct this. All right.
You're not short. So the thing is, I was having this conversation with Debbie this week, and she said, I said, okay, fine. Pick a black and white movie. And she's like, well, there's tons of black and white stars that are amazing that you have to look at. I'm like, okay, name one, Debbie. I dare you. So she said, Cary Grant. You got Cary Grant. He's fantastic. I'm like, who the hell's Cary Grant? I have no idea who Cary Grant is.
Grace Kelly.
I can't.
Grace Kelly, Joan Crawford.
So she had me watch
Betty Davis.
She had me watch Bringing Up Baby. I said, if there's one movie that you would have me watch, what would it be? Bringing Up Baby. So then I IMDb'd it because I wanted to see. The thing was made when I was 2 years old is when the movie came out. I was 2. Okay.
Wait. Stop right there because
right.
I wasn't even born yet when that movie came out. And yet I appreciate fully and deeply that movie.
So I watched oh, you gotta see it. It's fantastic.
Dial M for Murder.
And what? No.
Yeah, no, that's a good one too.
So Bringing Up Baby. It's different. Okay. So it's just a different kind of, it's a comedy. It's a different kind of humor. But there are a few notes I made. So I just want to point out a few things.
We're going to apologize to Debbie now because I can already tell he's going to make me mad.
Probably her and probably to Cary Grant and the gal that was in it with him and the cougar.
Yeah, wait. The gal that was in it with him? You mean Audrey Hepburn?
Yeah, let's apologize.
Breakfast at Tiffany's?
Oh my God.
Okay. So
no, it was Catherine. Sorry, Catherine.
First off, I noticed right off the beginning that the credits. Let's just talk about the credits in the very beginning. So the very first thing I noticed in the credits was gowns, not costumes, gowns. So there are no costumes in this movie; they're just gowns. So that's the second thing is apparently back in the day when you said knocking him for a loop, that was slang. That was you can't say that. Like that's cussing because he says, I'm going to knock him for a loop. And she goes, hey, watch your slang. Like that's,
Crikey.
The other thing is they all smoke in this movie, which is hysterical to see. So they're all smoking. Like they're in clubs smoking. They're in the museum smoking. Like you're not even supposed to smoke in a museum to begin with. The other thing is this is super risque for 1962.
Mitch, make him stop.
One more thing. No, just
you
one
got
more
the
thing.
bell. All right.
Cary Grant,
I give up.
Cary Grant took a shower, and this had to have been probably the most torrid scene for 1962 because they show him from literally just above the nipples in the shower, like they frost all the glass so you can't see. And in 1962, that was scandalous for this film. You could just tell by the way they shot it. Why Debbie I can't tell if the screen is frozen or if she's just I'm a little scared right now.
You should be scared.
Anyway,
You should
So-
be very, very scared.
anyway,
Dennis,
go-
you just need to
you
need
know?
to go watch.
I want to hear
all
the
of
rebuttal.
Dennis, you
It's
need
a-
to go watch all the Abbott and Costello movies. All right,
here's
because
the
they're
thing.
all black and white and they're actually really hysterical.
Here's the thing. So the movie we're talking about is Cary Grant Bringing Up Baby. It's actually a really good movie. It's really funny. There's so many witty, I'll call them quips. There's just it would be like if Mitch didn't take his Adderall. We talked about that last week. This show is for someone. This show needs Adderall. The whole show needs Adderall because it is literally like you. It's moving. It moves so fast with the quips. They're just the comedy back and forth is pretty hysterical. It's very
Streaming
different. Though.
service did you use?
It's on HBO Max, and a couple other platforms.
I don't know why you start off with the things to piss me off instead of just saying, I liked this movie, but there were a few things that I noticed. I don't understand why you feel the need to rile me up like
He
that.
wants to take you on an emotional roller
much
coaster.
better.
It's good for you.
Sport.
For
It's
that.
a much better podcast. It's a much better podcast, Deb, because we like coming along for the ride with you.
There's no reason for that. There's just none. I'm glad you liked it. It really, honest to
Yeah.
goodness, it's
Mhm.
my favorite. I love Cary Grant. I mean, I love all of those. I used to work in how I caught up on a lot of those movies was I used to work an overnight shift when I was in college at an alarm company. It was an answering service alarm company and
Remember,
a cable
yeah.
company. So I used to work the 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. shift. And so we had cable in the room so that the overnight person who didn't have as much going on had something else to do. And so I ended up watching Turner Classic Movies practically all the time because at that point there was nothing good on at 1,
Right.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Unless you want to learn how to set it and forget it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good movie. It's not what I expected. I think I expected kind of the old black and white detective movies that I've
Slapstick
never
stuff?
seen. No, the detective black and white movie that I've never seen. But it was good.
So you shouldn't knock those either because if you haven't seen them, then you can't render an opinion on something you've never seen.
Well, like
Debbie, it's
Dragnet on
okay.
TV was black and white.
No,
Like-
she's right. She thinks I should watch Gone with the Wind as well. So
Who?
You should watch Gone with the Wind.
Who does?
You said I think you
Me?
said like yeah.
No, I never told you to watch. No, I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm saying I never told you to watch Gone with the Wind because Gone with the Wind is not a black and white movie.
Well, frankly, Scarlett, I don't give a damn. So, but
You just wanted to say that. All
You
right,
know,
you were
that's-
just looking for someone to
it just popped
tee
in
up
my
on
head.
that.
It just popped in
I
my
mean,
head.
the Ghost of Mrs. Morrow.
So
Great
I
movie.
know you all. Although I don't know about Denny G. Denny G, do you like scary movies?
Yes.
Debbie, do you like scary movies?
I like the more psychological scary
Yeah.
versus the slasher movies.
So here I am
Hey,
watching.
Dennis, let me
yeah.
interrupt. You should watch just the first 5 minutes of Army of the Dead.
That's not happening. So I was watching regular TV this week, and a commercial came on for A Quiet Place 2. And I'm watching the preview, and I'm like, this doesn't look scary. They're like in a car. The scene is in a car or something.
Mm-hmm.
And
Doesn't look
I'm
scary.
watching the screen, and of course, this gigantic monster comes through, and my water spills everywhere. It's a mess. It's just awful. So do not watch A Quiet Place 2. So
No. Go watch A Quiet
watch it.
Place.
Yeah.
If you
Yes.
enjoyed the first one and you think a psychological type thriller like that would enthrall you, don't listen to Dennis.
yes, but it's not.
Is it
is
out in
com-
theaters?
Yes.
It's false advertising, which is it's not a quiet place. Okay, so
Oh,
that is
no.
misleading.
No, you
No,
obviously
no.
don't understand the premise of the movie by saying what you just said.
It doesn't matter. The point is the title is wrong. It's not A Quiet Place.
No,
The
it's
point
not
is-
quiet. You're dead.
The point is, you're wrong.
Okay, fair enough.
That's the point.
Okay,
You're wrong, Bob.
What's the premise?
The premise is there are creatures, aliens that have come to Earth, and they find and kill people by the noises that we make, and therefore that's why it's called A Quiet Place, because in order to survive, you have to stay quiet.
Once
They're
again,
completely blind. All right. But they have supersonic hearing.
Once again, Hollywood rallying up everyone against the aliens who are coming here to the world to find a better world, and they're come in peace. And yet, here we are.
killing people. They're not coming. in
Look,
peace.
we just had one too many anal probes for us to believe that they come in peace. All right.
Somebody get Dennis the tinfoil hat now. Snap.
Speaking of anal probes, we're going to talk about our intern in just a little bit. So here's the deal. Just saying. Here's the deal. We have a Weird People list coming up.
I'm out. I'm
Mitch
out.
is
Done.
gone. Mitch is
Done.
gone. We're gonna be.
I'm
We're
gonna go join Sam at Betty Ford. All right.
We're gonna be right back. Stick around.
The Dennis George Show continues after this.
I'm Morgan Freeman. I'm not a doctor, but I trust science. And I'm told that for some reason people trust me. So here I am to say, I trust science and I got the vaccine. If you trust me, you'll get the vaccine. In math, it's called the distributive property. In people, it's called taking care of one another. Get the vaccine. Help make our world a safe place for us to enjoy ourselves again. Please.
The views expressed on Dennis George Show
Are not our own or anyone else's.
Listen at your own risk, and we cannot be held responsible for your ears burning, bleeding, or ringing, or the blurred eyesight.
some things you will not be able to unhear or unsee, and for that,
You are warned.
Do not try anything we suggest or talk about at home, work, or in your car.
A reminder, there are no rules, and our show is intended for mature audience only.
or at a minimum,
Those over your state's or country's legal age of consent.
Any experiments
Jobs, skills, or sexual positions suggested
and or recommended
are for comedy purposes only and should not be tried without supervision.
or a spotter.
safety word or phrase,
Is recommended in advance of trying anything
Any
new.
medical advice
or comments that seem like medical advice,
should be reviewed with your own doctor.
or at least.
Check it on Google like we did.
Thank you, and good luck.
And now, back to the Dennis George Show.
Yeah. So if you heard Sam's voice there, he's obviously not here. You know.
Can I interrupt real quick about
Yeah.
that vaccination promo from Morgan Freeman?
Yeah.
Anybody else envision that he was just like sitting in a rocking chair?
Yeah. With a quilt across his lap.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Faithful.
Anyways,
Will,
He's definitely the voice of God, in my opinion.
he really is. And I mean, I'm just really curious, like, why did it take the government so long to realize Morgan Freeman, Tom Hanks, all right? Yes, get them. I mean, I will never go on vacation with Tom Hanks, but I'll get the
Gandhi.
vaccine.
They
if he
could get
says so.
Gandhi to do one.
Gandhi's dead.
Oh. Oh, well, that would probably be
We could just call Nobu to see if we could get
Probably.
him to do Gandhi.
careful.
Mitch,
Careful.
who did-
Big
Mitch-
Indian listenership.
Mitch,
Yes.
Mitch, who did the voice of Darth Vader?
James Earl Jones.
Thank you. That would be another
Yeah.
one.
I mean, Alicia Keys. All right, come on.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah.
that's what I have.
We digress.
Sure.
We digress.
Weird people news. 2-year-old. You might have seen this story this week. A 2-year-old in Los Angeles has broke the Mensa record. 2 years old. She has the highest IQ score, becoming the youngest member of Mensa. Her IQ score is 146. Kashi, 2 years old, was accepted into Mensa, the world's highest IQ. Mensa is the world's oldest IQ society. She scored 146 on an IQ test, nearly 50 points above the normal 98-point average in the United States. She can read full sentences, count to 100, and identify all 50 states. Now, I just want to point this out. I can do those things too. Like, I can do
2 years
full
old.
Can,
Yeah, but
can
we
you
have
really?
presidents who can't.
At
All right,
2
we've
years
had
old.
presidents who cannot do that.
Can Can you really, Dennis? Shall we test it? No?
Yeah, she is now working on identifying the periodic table, and I got it, salt and pepper and oregano. I know those things as well. And she's learning.
Debbie, that's off to you. Off to
no,
you.
God, no. And
Apologize
I'm
to
like,
chemistry. All right, to chemists. Apologize to chemists, please.
yeah, chemist. Wait, so I also want to point out that she's not just identifying the 50 states, she's identifying them by their outlines. So it's not like she can just name the 50 states. She is actually looking. Oh, Dennis, let's see if you can do it.
You're right. I probably can't,
at 2 years old to be able to take the test.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I did
Forget
look up,
about
by the
even
way,
getting any of the answers right, just to be able to take it.
out of curiosity, I did look up if the test gets scaled, if the standard IQ test scales for age, and it does. Because I was curious. I thought, okay, let's back up. Don't send me letters. Don't send me email. It's remarkable. 2 years old. It's incredible. I'm not dissing any of that. But I was curious. I was like, okay, because the IQ test doesn't just measure book smarts. It also measures cognitive thinking. Because I read about this because I thought this was interesting. So I read about it. It's critical thinking. And at 2 years old, there's just a lot of things. You don't have life experience. You don't have so it is true. The IQ test itself is graded on a curve based on your age group. So within her age group, she is considered, just astonishingly brilliant, which is fantastic. But the score, her score at 140s, is not the same as a mature adult at 140.
I would still like her to take the test against you and see how we match up here.
Full confession. I did start an online IQ test, and after the second question, I closed the browser.
Can we all take that online IQ test? Can we all take that and share our results next week?
No.
No, I just watch Jeopardy, and I know I don't know anything.
Right, exactly. There was a show on a couple years ago in the United States called "Are You Smarter Than a
Third Grader?"
A seventh grader, yeah, or something like that.
No,
and
fifth grader.
Right. Halfway through the show,
we can't even get the name of the show right. So that tells you guys what you need to know about us.
Halfway through the show, I was so disgusted I changed the channel. It's fine. Florida man stabbed a woman who would not have sex with him for $5,000.
That's really actually scary.
It is kind of scary. Like, why wouldn't you just take the money? I mean, I don't understand that either. It makes no sense to me.
I don't understand.
So I'm with Jenny G that I think this is scary that, has he done this to other people before, and has he actually gone further than just stabbing them?
Yeah, this is awful, actually. So the guy was kind of crazy. He was sort of stalking her, and he was right. She's married, and he was like going to the bar, and he was harassing her basically. They arrested him, of course. This is in Florida. I'm telling you, Florida's just a crazy place. Also in Florida, a 65-year-old man died after being critically injured while teaching his 34-year-old son how to drive. Apparently, Dad got out of the car to teach him how to pull into a parking space on the First Baptist Church parking lot. First off, there's so many things wrong with how this is starting. I'm just like
what
you're
has
not
this
in the car with your
34-year-old
son. Start
done?
with that.
right.
You don't teach him from outside the car.
Right. Don't teach him in front of the car or behind the car.
And why does your 34-year-old son not know how to drive?
Well, he's from Florida.
Well, they start late, or maybe they just immigrated. Who knows?
Right. Probably had
Okay, fair point.
Debbie. Yeah.
Hey, let's talk about Florida. Just 1 minute. I was talking about driving in Florida. I was at a restaurant, and if you think about handicap spots, so two handicap spots side by side, little walkway in between. An older man drives in the parking lot with a sports car really slowly and tries to park on that striped area where you'll walk. And he's grinding both cars as he's pulling into the spot. And I go into the restaurant and I said, "Hey, somebody's out here," and the guy stands there. He says, "Hey, I'm a lawyer. It happens all the time. I'll take care of it."
The state flag of Florida, steering wheel and two knuckles.
Another one in Florida, a hungry alligator, again with the angry alligator, the hangry alligators, grabbed a dog. A Florida man was walking his little dog, and right there the dog. Yes, Debbie.
I just want to point out that this was an 8-month-old chocolate Labrador Retriever. At 8 months, that's not such a small
Little.
dog.
That's true.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So he apparently this owner decided he would wrestle the alligator to get his dog back to safety.
I think I saw that video.
I mean,
he made a video of it.
well, this is this week. There is another one that came out about a month ago, so I'm not sure which one you
That's
saw.
the one I saw then, because this was
Yeah.
a small dog. It
was a
wasn't
little
an
puppy,
8-month-old
yeah.
And
Labrador.
the guy jumps in the other one. The guy jumps in the one that happened a month ago with a cigar in his mouth, jumps
Right.
in the water, goes
Right.
under the water to get the gator, comes back up, and he's still got that cigar.
Look, I know we all love our pets, but I don't know that I'm going to go after. I don't know that I'm going to do that. I don't know that I'm going to jump in after an alligator and get my dog.
You don't know until you're there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
You
as
gotta,
much
you gotta
as a
love your
compa-
dog, you know.
Yeah.
You don't
I mean,
love
my
your
dogs
dog,
are-
you might not.
Yeah, my dogs are just companions for me. I mean, they're so I love them so much that I would totally. Yep, it's on.
Well, the other thing is the dog's name was Gunner. Like, he should have been able to look after himself, I think. Like, if you're going to give the dog the name Gunner, he better be able to survive. I don't know.
We're apologizing to dog owners because you're being a total jerk right now.
All right. Fine.
Goodness.
No, I understand that.
I just want to point out that it's not me that's putting things on the apology list. It's Dennis.
It's just,
All right. I'm
I
being
don't-
good.
do you risk your own life for the sake of your animal?
Yes.
You do.
Yes. I would have in a
Maybe.
heartbeat.
Depends
I
on the
would have in a heartbeat
circumstances.
for any of the animals that I had. I'd do it in a heartbeat without thinking.
Yeah. I don't know about that.
Well, I do it for all you guys too, without thinking. I would do whatever it
Well,
takes.
no,
to help you all.
No, I appreciate that, and I would do the same for you as well. And if an alligator lomped onto your leg, I would jump in there.
You
I
would scream for help, is what you would do.
No, I would do that. I would do that too. But I would jump in there. I might call the intern as well. But I would
I'm
jump
trying to
in there.
picture this action here.
Yeah, I would jump in there. I would.
You brought up the intern several times.
I
Yeah,
did.
We gotta talk about this intern.
We're gonna get into that. I promise. Debbie's top 10 list is disturbing. So
This will be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be something. Yeah.
Hey, Malcolm, your podcast on Audible, right?
That's right. And your new audiobook.
I mean, they got everybody on here. Jane Austen, John Cena, sleep stories, meditation. I mean, can you imagine a more fascinating place than Audible?
No, I've done the research.
You've done the research. Of course you have. Is that a piano? I want to play you something.
Can I pet your dog?
I wouldn't.
The most inspiring minds, the most compelling stories all in one place. Audible.
Find us online at DennisGeorgeShow.com.
Hey there, catch us 24/7 on social media. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter and Good Pods. On Alexa and Google Assist, say, play Dennis George Show podcast.
If you have a question or comment, send us an email at podcast@DennisGeorgeShow.com. Or if you're just looking for a date. If we read your question or comment on the show, we'll send you a Dennis George Show t-shirt. That's podcast@DennisGeorgeShow.com. Now back to the show.
Yeah, so don't send me emails about your dog.
Oh, you're gonna get emails no matter
Yeah.
what you say.
I'm about to say,
No.
we're going to handle the emails at the end of the show because I love giving the listeners, a homework assignment of something to email
Fine.
you.
We do have a little surprise for everyone. We are going to do a couple listener emails as well. Top 10 list, Debbie. Now, in all fairness, I saw the list ahead of time because the list came from a listener who emailed it to us, and I get the email and go through them. So in all fairness, some of these are disturbing. And one of them, Debbie's probably not going to read at all.
Do you not want me to read it? Because
I would suggest you not read number 6, but I'm just throwing that out there. But these are disturbing. Debbie, take it away.
The worst cocktails ever created. Submitted by John T at Bars by Revolution in the UK.
Now, do you think that these are actually really drinks? Because they make it sound like Like he said in the email, these are drinks that they've actually tried and they make.
I'm assuming they are, but I don't know because I've
Did
never
you look
come
up that
across
Bars by Revolution?
Yeah, no, it's a real thing. It's a real website and everything. They've got a cocktail menu on there and a list and everything. Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Okay,
All
number
right.
10.
No accounting for what people like.
I guess.
True. Number 10 is named Infected Whitehead. And it consists of vodka, tomato juice, and cottage cheese.
Oh.
I can picture it looking like an infected whitehead. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Cottage cheese. The cottage cheese definitely adds some ambiance to it, if that's the right word.
Texture. It's
And
texture.
smell.
Oh, and texture. Oh, I just.
Yeah,
Oh.
I am with you, Denny G. I could totally see that looking like an infected whitehead, but that's just gross.
You know, I could understand like tomato juice or like Cholula and cottage cheese. That would be tasty by itself. Vodka doesn't have a whole lot of taste to it, so that would add a little kick to it. So
So
maybe
it might not be too bad as long as you
Denny-
didn't have a
Denny
lot
G,
of vodka. Or
am
just
I
you're drinking
hearing-
this though, right?
am I hearing that you're going to try this for us?
Maybe.
Frank, that's what I
Wait. When Sam gets out of Betty Ford, we should do this for him. Make him
Yes.
one of all of these drinks.
Yeah.
I think you got to mix it up and drink it though. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so that might be a little different.
Yeah.
Well, maybe
All
a
right.
small one, a little shot.
These
Okay.
are it says cocktails, so I mean I guess you could do these as well. Some of them I guarantee you cannot do as shots because the quantities there are too many things.
Right.
But anyways, so number 9 is called motor oil,
Okay.
Jägermeister,
Yeah.
peppermint schnapps, cinnamon schnapps, and coconut rum.
Yeah. All those
Now,
things.
now wait, because
Yeah.
the description underneath of that says, but just wait until you have to swallow that thick, sweet black mess.
I'd like to just comment about the first two there, that the Jägermeister and the peppermint
Like
schnapps.
to comment about the comment.
Or those are really good together. It's called a black hole, and they so that Jägermeister offsets the sweetness of the Rumpelmans, and the Rumpelmans offsets the kind of the bitterness of the Jägermeister, and it makes it a really smooth drink.
Mhm.
And I've seen a designated driver get drunk on this before.
See, they're not so designated. I have tried all those things, and I like
Together?
Jaeger, and separately, and I like Jägermeister.
The champions.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I have done Jägermeister is something I've done for sure.
I just think the addition of the cinnamon schnapps and then the coconut rum, that
Mhm.
might be a bit overwhelming. That might be just
Mhm.
Yes,
Yeah.
those added to it probably are. That doesn't sound.
In the
like-
interest of
But that one's definitely a shot.
in the interest of broadcast journalism, I'm willing to try that one.
okay.
All right.
Fun. Number 8 is called a hot hooker.
Okay.
And the description, I have to read the description because it amused me. This one is both horrid and hilarious. Tequila, Tabasco sauce, and the juice from the tin of a tuna.
Ew.
Ew.
That's
Is that in the tuna and oil or water?
From a tin of tuna.
yeah. I don't think so.
Ah,
Yeah.
Oh.
Hmm.
yeah. That one, and it the description ended with fishy.
I
Yeah.
bet that actually for a hangover, that one could actually probably be pretty
Hey,
effective.
you help everything come up. Yeah.
Hmm.
Clean your system right out.
Right. Wow.
All right, number 7 is 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse.
Yes, I've done this before.
You've done this one? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So it's Jim Beam, Jack Daniels, Jameson, Johnny Walker Black, and Bacardi 151.
That's
Yeah.
not the 4 horsemen I did.
That's what this.
So-
now I just want to say that if you count the liquors that I just read off, that's 5.
Yeah.
5.
But
Yeah.
my 4 horsemen is Jack, John, Jim, and Jose.
Jose. Okay.
And it's the Jose that makes it terrible because I've also done 3 wise men, which is just Jack, John, and Jim.
Right.
All right.
I've heard that
Okay.
about you.
I feel like we should apologize to the wise men, or maybe Mitch. I'm not sure.
Yes.
which here.
No, I get apologized to.
Let's put Mitch on the list. He gets on there so rarely. We're gonna throw him a bone this
The
time.
four.
Yeah,
That's
throw
what
him
she
a
said.
bone. Right.
The Four Horsemen doesn't sound so bad.
No. It's well, I mean, actually, Debbie's Four Horsemen, although 5 for the math majors,
Yeah.
doesn't sound bad. The Four Horsemen, I do.
Is a whole
That-
yeah.
It's the Jose that just makes it terrible because Jose is one of those tequilas where you're like, oh my God, we're friends. And Jose's like, we're not friends.
We're not friends.
Well, isn't this drink a little sacrilegious though? With this Johnny Walker Black, isn't that a really high end alcohol?
So is Bacardi 151.
So you really kind of, those are kind of sipping alcohols, I think.
Yeah.
Well, Mitch, I wonder if you could switch out Jose for Jameson in the other Four Horsemen, and if that would help it.
I don't know. I've never tried it. That's worth a shot.
Let's put it
I'm
on the-
willing to
let's-
try.
Let's put that on the to-do list.
Are we all like getting a drink that we're going to be trying here
I think
next
so.
show?
I think so. Yeah. Number 6, you're gonna
Okay,
skip.
you want me to skip number 6?
Yeah, it's not appropriate. I don't believe.
Can I just read the description? I won't say
Sure.
the name.
Oh, go ahead.
It's just a bloody drink. That's all.
The description. I won't. Yeah. So it's whiskey, vodka, tequila, tomato juice, lemon juice, and Bailey's.
It sounds like a drink that I've had before. There's a drink that I've had. It's called a bloody brain hemorrhage. All right, and like you pour like peach schnapps, and then you pour like the grenadine, and then you pour Bailey's like over a spoon, so it doesn't mix, but it like coddles and it makes it look like brain. It's actually quite tasty.
Yeah, and the grenadine looks like a blood vein. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was at a bar one time where the person was really good, and they would pour different liqueurs over a spoon, and they had like 13 different layers in this in this drink. It was it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's talent. It's talent because you have to know sort of the level
Specific,
of how fast
yeah.
to pour something, and it's really a talent. I'll be the first to tell you. It's one I want to learn. I won't lie to you because I think that I'm going to retire and just buy a bar somewhere. And
yes,
You could probably get a job as a
this?
bartender
And
and not have to go with the hassle.
Yeah, let's go, Debbie.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay,
Just
let's
go
just
to
go
a
open a
popular
bar.
place.
You can quit whenever you want.
Yeah, I think I'd be a great bartender. So, okay, number 5 is called a prairie oyster.
Okay.
An enticing mix of bourbon, Tabasco sauce, Worcestershire sauce, salt, pepper, and raw egg yolk. Some people say that this is
Ew.
actually a decent cocktail.
Again, it sounds like hair of the dog the next morning.
Yeah, that one sounds. Oh, I don't. Those things I think would turn your stomach.
Oh, I don't know. I can almost think about doing this one.
So I'm hearing Denny G down for 2. We
Yeah,
got
yep.
10.
Okay.
What's the other one I'm going to do?
5,
You're going to do
we're
the
gonna do
infected whitehead.
infected white.
Oh yeah. Ooh.
Right.
Did I really say I'd do that one?
Yep.
We can just
Yeah,
let
you
Sam
did.
do it.
We're keeping track. So we're gonna make Sam do them all.
Hmm.
Number 4 is called the cement mixer.
I've had this one.
So lime juice followed by a shot of Bailey.
They're never
So
good.
far, so normal. Oh, did we mention the 2 will congeal into a sticky mass when they combine in your
Yeah, you
mouth?
can't swallow it.
So
Right.
question, Dennis, you said you've done this one before.
I haven't actually. I didn't. The
Oh.
lime juice threw me off. Yeah. No, I've not done this.
Okay,
It'll
my question
curdle.
was, is this a drink that you're actually pouring together? Because they will separate in a glass.
Right.
So then I'm like, but when you're drinking it, you're usually only getting most of one or most of another. You're not getting both because
And this one doesn't strike me as it being good. Like this doesn't. I don't think this would be good.
Doesn't make any difference as any kind of liqueur like that in a citrus.
Right.
Mhm.
You do it with a lemon too. It's just the way they interact with one another.
Right.
All right.
Except you can't swallow it if it's done right.
Number 3 named horse jizz, and it's half beer, half milk.
Sounds descriptive.
Oh.
It sounds like an Irish car bomb.
I don't.
Who's
Is
going to
that-
volunteer for that one since Sam's not here?
Sam is. I say Sam's got to do the or the,
This what happens when you don't show up.
or the we'll make Sam and the intern do the horse jizz. It's fine.
There we go. Number
my God.
2 is called the Bath Cure.
Bath cure.
It has Bath Cure.
Hmm.
It contains white rum, gold rum, light rum, 151 proof rum, brandy, and vodka. Also, orange juice and grenadine.
That doesn't sound so bad.
The brandy makes me question life.
So since it doesn't sound so bad, you're going to try that one?
Yeah, that one I would try.
Yeah.
That one I would try. I think I like all those things. Except maybe I don't really like brandy, but I don't think it's terrible. I think I could try that one. It doesn't have to have bath water, does it?
I could maybe. No bath water.
No
No,
bath water.
actual bath water.
All right.
It's just called the Bath Cure. It's not bath water.
There's some people's bath water I would try, so I'm just saying we could put a splash of Pink's bath water.
That's a whole nother show, Dennis. That's a whole
Yeah,
other
no,
show.
no. This is
okay?
a family
Whole
show.
different
Okay. When did it become a family show?
Since we didn't read number 6.
No.
Oh, good point.
No, I'm saying we could do a whole nother show on the bath water that you would drink.
Oh, fair enough. All right.
That's what I'm saying.
Stay tuned for that.
All
one.
right, number 1.
All right.
Number 1 is called the Smoker's Cough.
All right.
A mouth-watering combination of Jägermeister
I
and
like Jaeger.
mayonnaise mixed together in a shot glass.
Oh.
I might try that one.
We got Denny G down for 3.
Oh.
Well, it's got mayo in it. It can't be all that bad.
Oh, I don't know.
Like rotten mayonnaise.
I don't know what the combo. What's the quantity of each?
It just says mixed together in a shot glass. So I guess
It can't be very much.
Just
So
a little dollop of daisy.
Just a dollop of mayo and Jaeger. That's it.
You might have those things at your house already too.
Well, that's the only reason I'm volunteering to do them. Because that's a good.
He's searching your brain. Let's see. Do I have those ingredients?
Well, we have a lot of different kinds of alcohol here, so I could.
I
Probably
have.
do almost
I have
any of
those
these on
ingredients.
this list.
I could do that one.
Oh,
I'm not going
Lord.
to. I have those ingredients here in my house, so I could do those things.
I don't think we got 151, but that's okay.
Does
Yeah,
it call for 151?
No,
Oh, the
not
other one
that
does. Oh, the other one
No.
does. Yeah.
One
yeah.
does. Something
Right,
on
right,
others did.
Of the 3 that he said he would do,
Right.
one of them calls for 151.
Yeah, the Jaeger. See, I like Jaeger. So, and I know a ton of people that don't like it at all. But I like Jaeger. I've never not liked it.
I met a friend and now a friend. So the first time I met this guy was through another guy. We were meeting. We're going to go on a cruise together, so you never know how that's going to work out.
Right.
So we're meeting at St. Louis Airport, Lambert Airport. And it's early in the morning. It's like 7:00 in the morning. And this guy has smuggled in his carry-on Jägermeister, and we're doing Jaeger shots at 7 in the morning at the airport. And I'm thinking, I would like this guy.
This is going to be a good cruise.
We're gonna get along great.
Great cruise.
Right. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you, Debbie. That's a good list. And thank you also to our listener, John T. At Bars by Revolution. They have a website, and they're in the UK. So thank you for sending that list in. Quite disturbing.
You're welcome.
Well, the reviews might be more disturbing. We'll see.
Yeah, I think, and we discussed this on a previous show. I think the most disturbing drink that I ever really tried was when Mitch and I were experimenting with cocktails. But is there, for each of you, is there a drink that you've tried that you would absolutely never try again? Do you have an example of one?
So a Lindsay Lohan.
What's a Lindsay Lohan?
It's a redheaded slut with just a splash of Coke.
Or a slap of Coke?
Yes.
Oh my God. I like the redheaded slut shot. What's in that? It's
I don't even know. I'm not a bartender.
got some sort of cinnamon liqueur with Jaeger and
Fireball.
Yeah, it's got Fireball, Jaeger, and I think Rumpelmans. I think that's what that is.
I have a handy dandy bartender reference guide, but it's over there, so I would have to.
And it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Yeah. Well, those are all very, very disturbing.
And none that I can ever think of that I wouldn't try again.
Yeah.
I immediately.
I wouldn't want to. I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do stuff with some of the like rail liquors and stuff. As long as it's quality liquor, I'm pretty much willing to try stuff.
Yeah, like I do like a slippery nipple that's like Bailey's and Kahlua and something else.
I think you mean buttery nipple.
Yes. Either. You're right. A slippery nipple. That might be something from something else. That might not be. That might not be a drink. That might be from a show or something. I'm just saying. Oh my god. Let's move on. It's fantastic.
Where's the buzzer?
Right. Where's the bell?
Apparently you broke the bell last show.
Well, this is great because it segues perfectly into our next segment. We're going to do a little listener email. We got just a couple to do, and then we're going to talk about what your summer plans are. Stick around for clown porn.
Find us online at DennisGeorgeShow.com.
Hey there, catch us 24/7 on social media. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter and Good Pods. On Alexa and Google Assist, say, play Dennis George Show podcast.
If you have a question or comment, send us an email at podcast@DennisGeorgeShow.com. Or if you're just looking for a date. If we read your question or comment on the show, we'll send you a Dennis George Show t-shirt. That's podcast@DennisGeorgeShow.com. Now back to the show.
Yeah, so we're going to we're just going to go ahead and start the computer deal now. I think I should have started
I just
during
love
the
the
commercial.
segue into the next segment.
Right,
When we
exactly.
get back, clown porn.
So some of you might have remembered that on the last show, Mitch suggested that you send me clown porn. And while damn got nothing to say.
You've got mail.
Okay, let's just be clear for a second here. I know we joked about clown porn, okay? And it sounds kind of funny, but and I did not know this, there is such a thing. Like it's a real segment of porn porn
society.
Yeah, I don't know how else to say it, right? Availability. It is
Porn
actually,
culture.
Yeah, and so I don't know that I want to say thank you to listeners who sent me examples. But some of you chose to do that. Some of you are sending things that are requiring a virus warning. So there's a lot of stuff that won't open, and I don't open if it comes with a virus warning that has attachments, and a lot of them were video files that I did not open. So if those of you that sent me videos of clown porn, I did not see them, and that's okay. You don't need to reformat it and try again. We're good. But I did pull up our intern, Eric. Eric is our intern now, by the way. So intern Eric was in the other day, and I pulled up, I said, we got some email, and I showed him, one of the emails, and I said, look, this is clown porn. I showed him the picture. He goes, it's it. And I go, it? What's it? What do you mean it's it? It's clown porn. He goes, it. I go, what are you talking about? It. He goes, the movie It. I go, well, I didn't see that. So apparently there was a movie, It, which has apparently a scary clown in it. And apparently there's a knockoff of a porn of that character doing, do not apologize to it, doing
Apologize to Pennywise.
Doing porn. They did a knockoff. Knockoff, that's funny. They did a knockoff porn with the character It. So someone sent me a picture of that. And then someone else sent me a picture of a VHS cover of clown porn. And apparently it's 2 hours of clown porn, all different clowns. And on the cover, it has a picture of some random guy who says it's narrated by him. And
All
I'm
I can think of is Cam.
What's Cam mean?
Cam, it's on Modern Family.
Okay. All
Cam.
right.
Oh yeah,
He dresses up as a
dad on
clown
that.
once in a while.
Okay.
All right, never mind. You don't watch
That's
it.
okay. I never saw it, but okay. But the listeners have, so they'll know what you're talking about. So the other one was the VHS thing with they had a big sunburst in the middle of the graphic that said narrated by and a picture of a guy. And I'm thinking there's someone who's narrating 2 hours of clown porn. So Eric, who I was talking to about this, he
Our
said, well,
intern.
wouldn't it be funny if you had a show with two like golf style narrators in the bedroom? They'd be sitting behind a desk. They'd be wearing the golf jackets and the headset and the whole 9 yards, and they'd be talking really softly, and they'd be narrating the whole thing. And I'm like, what a fantastic idea for a new business, because this whole thing, it would be fantastic. You could do narration. You could do, the caddies could come in with the score poll, and par would have a whole new meaning.
Did you ever watch Holy Moly?
No.
Go ahead.
Okay. So you could have the leaderboard. I mean, there's a whole spin-off of things you could do here that I think would be fantastic.
So here comes Tiger. He's on the back nine, and this is the par 4.
Right.
He swings.
That's
He's
right.
in the sand trap.
Oh, he missed. Right. I mean, there's just so much you could do with that. I'm just saying, it could be really. There's the bell. So Eric and I are going to work on that, and we're gonna see if we can develop a show. We got another email. Steven wrote, Denny G, he wrote you an email. Steven wrote, because Denny G said in the last show that he could eat mayo out of a jar with a spoon if he had the onion.
Some of that today with some onion and cheese.
See? So Denny G, Steven asked
a whole
you.
onion.
So Steven, he actually sent a photo with this email as well. He said, how about that mayo and peanut butter? He said,
I haven't tried it yet.
He said, a peanut butter and mayo sandwich, he said, is incredible. I can't. That just doesn't sound. So Denny
and an
G,
infected whitehead to wash it down with.
Right. Right.
Well, the mayo helps it slide. Keeps it from getting stuck to the roof of your mouth.
So does the cottage cheese.
Refuse to comment on that. Jennifer B says, your show is, quote, Jennifer writes, quote, your show is nuts and like you all are, except maybe Debbie. Nice.
Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you.
Thank you. That's just great. You all discuss your behavior on cruises. Cruises are my family's go-to vacation. You should plan a podcast group cruise where we can all go with you. We'd sign up. Now, I think that's the most fantastic
that's
email
a great
I've ever
idea.
got in my life. So I think that's fantastic. When we were on radio, we did our live. We were the first
show.
First live radio show from a cruise ship. We did it with the Royal Caribbean, and we broadcast live. We did a 2-hour show on a cruise ship, and it was fantastic fun. And it was, so we should definitely do this. We have to work on this, but I think we should do that. Debbie, or Jennifer B, that's a fantastic idea. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a bad deal at all. If you want to write us, you can write in podcast@DennisGeorgeShow.com. However, we're done with the clown porn, so no more. We do not need to see or hear any more about that. If you do have a weird drink idea, we'll be happy to hear about that. And then my final thought for we're heading into summer, so I was just going to ask all of you, what are your
Wait,
go
ahead.
What?
Want to do the apology list before that?
No, we'll do that after. Question is, what are your summer plans? Do you all have any like when you think of summer? Is there something you think of like, oh, summer's here, this is what I'm going to do? Because we're getting ready to roll into summer.
Vacation.
Vacation.
Going to Florida. Yep.
Florida. Relax. Denny G, how about you? What's on your summer list?
Just hanging around St. Louis and playing golf and Farm Aid, of course, come September, but that's a little ways off. Looking forward to that. But
okay, Debbie, what about you?
Hanging out the yard.
Yeah, Debbie, what about you?
I actually will be taking a few trips home because I have some family coming in from out of state, so I'll be heading home to hang out with them.
Nice.
And then my mom has a big birthday this year, so I'm heading back home to hang out with her for her birthday.
Nice. Yeah, for me, it's just I think I want to find a pool. I want to find a swimming pool. Get outside and do some swimming. Oh, and I do I go to a fireworks party, a 4th of July party that I absolutely love. It's probably one of the highlights of the year for me, so I'm really looking forward to that. That's coming up soon, where we shoot off some fireworks and blow up some stuff, and it's a ton of fun. So
you gonna work in a fireworks stand this year?
I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Every year, my friend has a fireworks company, and I go out and help him, and I haven't decided if I'm going to go out there. It gets pretty hot out there under that tent, and I haven't decided if I'm going to do that this year. But
I just want to know, am I going to be in charge of the fire extinguisher again this year?
absolutely, you're so good at that. You went and put out a fire last year.
I did.
It was fantastic. Yeah,
I saved everyone.
it's true. She did. She saved the whole village. It was Mitch's fault. He caught something on fire, and Debbie had to go rescue.
It was the intern's fault.
It was the intern's fault.
You know, it's funny. It's true. That is absolutely true. That is true.
So
That's
apologize to me again.
That's right. Anything else from anyone else? We got to do our sad story list. Here's our apology list for this week.
So we started off with Sam and Sam's liver.
Yeah. Peace out, Sam.
Peace out, Sam.
You'll probably never see or watch or hear this show.
Probably, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's
No, it's in the world. It's out there in the universe.
It's out there, right?
We have an apology out to Dennis's mom.
Yeah.
We have an apology out to me.
Yeah.
We have an apology out to chemists because Dennis doesn't know what the periodic table is.
I know what it is.
We have an apology out to Florida.
Yeah.
To dog owners. And to Gunner, the dog.
Gunner the dog.
Last but not least, 2 times, apologies to Mitch.
All right.
Hey.
Mitch made the list. And you know what? That is probably one of our shortest apology lists.
And Debbie didn't make the list.
I did. I was on
she
there.
did.
Okay.
She did. Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
That's a pretty short list. I think we blame Sam because he's not here to, Sam says so many things on the show that's wrong. So I think for us it's good.
And we're gonna apologize
to Sam
again.
Okay, fine.
Hey, Dennis, where can you hear us?
Where can you hear us, Debbie?
Everywhere. But
Now
let's
remember-
our platforms. Where can we be heard?
Remember, you can find us wherever podcasts are listened to. Also, don't forget, if you listen to us, you can watch us on YouTube. If you watch us on YouTube, you can listen to us in a podcast. So you can pretty much find us everywhere, DennisGeorgeShow.com if you're not sure where to go. And check it out. And until next time, we'll see you later.
Bye-bye.
See y'all. Bye-bye.
Bye. Love y'all.
Join us again next time for another edition of The Dennis George Show. Thanks for watching.